Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Hey, today I'm going to talk to you what I expect from my retirement destination, and specifically for Pattaya, Thailand. Number one thing that is in my consideration, okay, is affordability. It's the cost of living. Knowing that my money goes further in Thailand, that I can afford to live here for the long run. We've talked about coming here as a tourist, but now we're talking about retirement and being able to live here on a budget. If you have money in the bank and a income stream coming in every month, you're able to maintain that money. You're able to make sure that you have enough for the long haul. Does that make sense? I think the main thing is not having to think about money, knowing that I'm not a rich guy, I'm not a poor guy, I'm just right in the middle, and as long as I stick to my budget, I know that I'm going to be here for a long time. And there's things that you can do to stay on budget. You know, you have to figure out the difference between your wants and your needs. We've went over all that before. You know how that goes. This is the place that your money will go further compared to lots of other places all over the world. Number two thing is absolutely, it has to be the weather. I'm done with the snow. Been there, done that, have the t-shirt. No plans to make any more snow angels. I love seeing pictures of snow. My friends post it all the time. They have their reasons that they choose to live in North Dakota, for instance. Or I have a friend of mine that lives in West Yellowstone, Montana. Post a picture of snow taller than her vehicle, and it's there for months out of the year. It just makes me laugh, and for her, she has her reasons for being there, and obviously she doesn't mind shoveling snow or blowing snow or whatever she does with it, okay? But it's not for this guy. So Thailand's weather is warm all year long. I mean, in all honesty, we have our cold spells, don't get me wrong, like right now, but it's warm all year long. There's better places to be for different activities, and I picked Pattaya, Thailand specifically because it's centrally located, okay? If you go south to a place like, let's say Phuket, for instance, now the price goes way up, and maybe my sustainability issue may not be there. You know, do I have enough money to live there? Probably. But for the next 30 years, I don't know. Okay, so, and that's what you kind of have to plan for ahead of time. But, you know, if going to Phuket for the pristine beaches or the islands and that type of stuff for snorkeling and scuba diving and things like that, then those are the places that you really should be, and you have to budget accordingly for that type of stuff. Or you can go north. The north parts of Thailand just this year experienced a La Nina weather phenomenon that hit the area, and they had massive flooding, these mudslides, and yeah, it was just crazy weather up there. So, and traditionally, a certain portion of the year during the rainy season that the weather gets very hot. And this last year was a record breaker. You know, we had higher temperatures in this last year than we in years. It's not the norm. But the nice thing is right here in the middle, we don't get the extreme heat or the extreme rains that northern and southern Thailand get. And we're kind of protected in the middle to a certain extent. Now, don't get me wrong, we get rain. And when we get rain here, if it's raining, big downpour from a monsoon storm that comes through, you can expect the roads to be flooded. Beach Road, all the way out to Sukhumvit Highway, there's no doubt. It's a dangerous situation. In my book, there's no reason for anybody to be out driving, but people find the biggest reasons in the world to go out and drive in the freaking rain, especially the flood water. Save yourself a bunch of money, stay home. Hopefully your home is outside of the flood areas. You know, that's something also to think about. When you're on where you want to live, does that area flood? Does the parking garage or the basement area flood? You know, those are things to know about before you decide to set down residence in those buildings, okay, or homes or wherever you're at. The weather is a major deal for me, and sometimes I overlook it altogether when I'm talking about these different topics in my videos. But that's one of the biggest reasons why I came to Thailand in my retirement years. I'm done with snow, all right? This is the perfect weather for me. One of the key points that I want to make sure of in my retirement years of where I'm at is I want to make sure that I'm living in a place that doesn't matter where I'm from, okay? I don't care about what color your skin is, for instance. I don't care about your religion or your politics. I'm pretty open-minded. And if you came here to find a partner, no matter if it was a man, a woman, somebody that identifies, I don't know, you know, that's your choice. I want to live in an environment that is laid back, where my neighbors and me, when we meet in, let's say, a bar or cafe or restaurant, something like that, on the beach, where we're meeting as equals. I'll go down to Leo's bar. I mentioned that a lot. I'll put it in the description below. I don't know whether I'm sitting there with millionaires or guys just like me, because most of us just don't care. We have a good time. We're looking at our retirement years of what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, making our plans for the next month or whatever. Looking at the firework festival coming up on the weekend. Whatever the case may be, you will be accepted here. And that's what I expect. Wherever I'm at, I want to be accepted into the general masses. I want to feel safe where I'm at. I don't want to have to worry about a stray bullet hit me in the back of the head, or worse, somebody walking up behind me with a beer bottle and breaking it over my head. Could that happen? Absolutely it could happen, but it doesn't happen as the norm. This is a safe environment, and that's a major concern. When you come here, if you're seeing, I had somebody in a recent comment talk about how dangerous Thailand is, and I just don't see it. And he said, well, he sees it every day in the papers. And I said, well, which papers? And of course they didn't respond. But the thing is do we have bad things happen here? Sure. You know, probably the worst reputation, or maybe ladyboys, for instance, down on Beach Road, mugging people or whatever, that type of stuff. And I've never seen that happen. But if you're out at 4 o'clock in the morning and you're walking down a dark alley and you're staggering drunk, you're looking for trouble. That's what you're doing. If you're out there by yourself, you're looking for trouble. And trouble's going to find you. There's no doubt about it. Don't be that person. Take care of yourself. Take responsibility. Because normally, I'll tell you what, if I wanted to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go for a run on Beach Road, that's very safe. There's not even a thought in my head that there's going to be somebody out there to cause me harm. Now, I'm a lot bigger than a lot of other people, but still, this is a safe area. If I'm going to be retired here, right now I'm 60 years old, but I hopefully have another 20 years left in me, and I want to feel safe when I'm 80 years old out walking on Beach Road. Go Chiefs. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. You're hitting that subscribe button. Hit the little bell next to it for future notifications of videos that are coming out. I also want to put out a couple shout outs. I have a guy that bought me a drink called, get this right, Veza Mass 1. I appreciate your generosity. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. And then David K as well. Thank you again. Both you guys are humbling me. I never expect it, but if you do, yeah, I appreciate it so much. Absolutely. And if you're interested in buying me a drink, there's a link in the description below. I also want to put out another shout out to Neil, and I think it was Pet. Met them up at Pattaya Beer Gardens. Now, we did do a selfie, but I can't remember whether he said it was okay or not for me to post the picture, so it's not getting posted. But anyway, it was good to meet you guys. If you see me on the streets, definitely come up. I want to meet you. Let's do a selfie if you want, and we'll press on. But it's good to meet you. All right, let's get going. And then back onto the community of where I want to be when I retire. I want to be in a place that it's fun to be in, okay? It has things that I want to do. Now, as well as I do, I live on the beach. When I go out on my balcony, I can hear the waves crashing on the seashore. That's great. But during the day, how many different activities are available to me? I want activities available right here. I don't want to have to travel for hours on end to go places, but I don't mind exploring Thailand on the other hand as well. There's communities, clubs, for instance, that are located right here, and different fraternal organizations, and golfing, and tennis, and badminton, and bowling, and all kinds of sporting activity. There's even a football club here in town. There's polo. There's all kinds of things to do in this local community. And there's dart clubs, there's swimming, there's all kinds of boating activity, island hopping at our fingertips. We have Koh Larn just 7 kilometers straight out there. It's great. And you can do a lot of things here. I was talking to another guy in a video not too long ago, fishing. Just shore fishing, besides going out and doing some offshore fishing as well. So there's all kinds of things to do here to keep you busy, to keep your mind occupied. So you'll have something to do. The last thing you want to do is get bored here. And I want things somewhat close. I want hospitals to be within 5 or 10 minutes away, and I want clinics, things like that, things that I'll use on a I shouldn't say a daily basis, but I'll use when I need to use them. Okay, I want my nightlife to be five minutes, maybe 10 minutes away, but I don't want to live right in the middle of it. I appreciate my quiet life. Yeah, and even though Pattaya, where I live, is a major tourist destination, there's a lot of expats here. I was watching some documentary on the Pattaya area that was recently done, and I would have thought there's more people living here. The actual resident population here is like 197,000 people. Okay, but then that's added on top of that, there's 190,000 expats living here as well. So they're not included in the resident population the way the government stacks up those numbers. So you're looking at this, it's right around 400,000 people living here. And so, yeah, it's a very popular place to be, there's no doubt. And then you throw in your tourists that are coming in to this area, and there's a lot of people. It causes a lot of traffic. I talk about that all the time. It drives me crazy. But yeah, it's a great place to be as long as you can find your place to be in the madness. And obviously, we have all these great beaches here. We have fantastic restaurants and lounges and nightclubs and all kinds of things that's going to keep you busy. All right. And yeah, life is good in Pattaya, Thailand. And that's exactly what I want in my retirement years. Healthcare is very affordable in Thailand. But healthcare is expensive all over the world. It's just more affordable in Thailand. You can do a lot of things. Your money can go further. So a lot of people come to Thailand for medical vacations and things like that. The last time that I went to the hospital, I had something going on in my stomach, and it ended I was there, I got to see a doctor, he gave me some medicines and that, and it ended up costing me 1,600 baht, about approximately $45. So some people would say, oh, that's very expensive. Well, it is expensive compared to going to maybe a clinic that it might have been 300 baht or something like that, $10. But if you're comparing it to going to the U.S. doctor or something like that, I don't even know what it would cost. What would it cost? Put it in the comment section below. Let me know what medical costs are in the United States or in Europe. I have no idea. And one of the last things that is important to me is the culture. Okay, I want a place that is open for me to come in and enjoy the culture, enjoy the history, immerse myself into what's going on in that country, like Thailand. And that's what I find here. So you have to obviously take care of yourself. You need to find a place that you can afford for the long haul, the cost of living. Okay, I think weather is a significant factor in finding the place for retirement. There's no doubt about that. You want to be in a place that other like-minded people that are going to be interested in you, going to be open to your friendship and doing things with you, because you don't want to be doing it by yourself. And then you want to make sure that if you need health care or you have the means to obtain the health care you need, all right? Some of you guys are pretty young, but the older you get, the more health care options that you may need. And those are real subjects to be thinking about. A place like Pattaya, Thailand, for instance, it has every type of business you can imagine. I don't care if you want to make business cards, for instance, or you're looking for a French bakery or a Italian bakery. Every type of restaurant you can imagine is here. And it doesn't matter. Maybe you're looking for Kansas City barbecue pulled pork. I just found a great restaurant, by the way. Stand by on a review for that. But yeah, it's all available here. And there's absolutely no doubt. You can go into an upcountry village in Thailand and find a place to live much cheaper than you can live in Pattaya. Okay, it's doable. But I require the beach. I require looking at the ocean every morning. That's the top 10 list that my accommodations have to provide for me. Those are the things that I have to have. Being in the village and listening to our roosters at 4:30 in the morning crowing, is that what roosters do? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be there. Now, I can take it every now and then, but that's not my norm. That's not my lifestyle. I like waking up and looking out at the ocean and thinking to myself how lucky I am, because I really do feel lucky. This is the perfect place for me. And then one of the last things I wanted to mention, besides obviously the culture and everything here, is I'm not into maybe politically correct. What is the right way to say something in the world? It's kind of like we keep hearing about this woke thing that's going on in the U.S., and I could probably look it up, but I couldn't even give you a good definition for it. I'm all about common sense, and I don't want to make you feel bad, but on the other hand, don't make me feel bad. Does that make sense? Yeah. So in a place like Pattaya, Thailand, most people here are open-minded. They're willing to give things a try. It's like Thai food. You have to give it a try. 90% of it is fantastic, but there is that little percentage that is way too freaking spicy, okay? But you don't have to eat spicy all the time. This is a fantastic place to be. And those are the things that I need for retirement in Thailand. What are your top needs for retirement? When you figure that one out, definitely put them in the comment section below. I guess the main thing is I want to be me. I want to follow the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to have access to watching them on my TV, or there's lots of sports bars around here that I can go watch them as well. Yeah, and I love doing all this. And let's see here. I know there's a couple of you guys kind of following my diet status and that type of stuff. I'm down 9 kilos. I know I have a lot more to go. Haven't had any alcohol for right around 2 months. I haven't given up alcohol. That's not happening. But it doesn't work good on a diet. And I'm up to about 7 or 8K a day and walking. So life is good, and it's only getting better. Why aren't you here? All right, bye.